Hi everyone, I'm Carole Bernadette Bozkurt of the Blueprint Group Practice, and welcome to your video on building a six-figure business. So I thought I would share some tips with you that I share with my clients to help them build a six-figure business and beyond. So first thing I wanted to say is that very rarely does it happen overnight. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people out there who have turned around six figures in 3 months, 4 months, maybe even, a month. There are people out there. But for a lot of people who are starting out in business, especially if you're a coach or a consultant, it sort of like takes a little bit of time to get into that space where you're building a six-figure business. Often the first year is when you're testing things out. You're sort of like getting clarity around what you offer. You are beginning to establish yourself as a business owner and connect with people through networking and social media. And then the second year, you sort of like start to get a lot clearer. And then you say, come on, I really want to go for it. I want to make those six figures. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So the first thing that you need to bear in mind when building a six-figure business is building your audience. Now, you hear a lot of people talking about build your tribe, build your community. But I want to tell you something a little bit different. What I advise all of my clients is to build a movement, because a movement is bigger than a tribe. It's bigger than a community. And often what happens is we think that our tribe or our community needs to be a certain size. And in every single occasion, when we think about that size, we always get it wrong. We're always thinking too small. And if you just look at any of the big gurus out there in the market, regardless of whether, there's somebody that you follow, like say the Tony Robbins of this world, or the Grant Candones, or the Danielle Laporte, or the Marie Forleos of this world, if you look at them, they have a huge, huge following. They've got a huge movement. And that's come through continuously building their audience. So what's really key is that you build your audience, and you need to build it so much bigger than what you initially think. So don't aim for a tribe or a community. Aim to create a movement, because when you've got that, so many more people in your sort of like remit, people who are signing up for your email list, people are maybe in your Facebook groups or your LinkedIn groups, where you can really start to create relationships with, you find that the selling becomes so much easier, because there's just literally more people. So the first thing is you need to build your audience. And to get that really big audience, it's something that you need to do every day. Now, different things work for different people. And what you've got to do is find your secret sauce. If creating lead magnets was the thing, everybody would be doing it. Lead magnets work for some people, for others they don't. If it was coming on and doing daily videos, everybody would be doing it. But it does work for some people, it doesn't work for everyone. So you've got to find what that one thing is for you that you really enjoy doing, that you're happy to show up every single day and share great content. And it works for you. It converts into people signing up for your email list, people signing up into your groups or your forums. Then once you start to build that movement, you've got to show up and nurture those relationships. And you need to do that daily and give them great value. If they're just going to see you every so often, you're really not going to build that relationship with them. I always say one of the greatest ways to build your business is through networking. Face-to-face networking is amazing. But the fact is, we've got this thing called the internet and social media, and it just opens up the possibility for us on a global basis. So what you want to make sure is that you are showing up every day, because you've got to remember that not everybody is always going to listen to your message. They're not always going to read your post. They're not always going to watch your video. So you need to show up every day so that at the end of the week, the majority of people in your audience have actually had some type of interaction with you. You also want to focus on a social media platform. Now, the truth is, we need to be on all social media platforms. That is the actual truth. However, if you're an entrepreneur and you're working for yourself, trying to be on every single social media platform is going to spread you too thin. So what you want to do is you want to pick one or two social media platforms that you believe your ideal, your dream clients are hanging out on. And that's what you want to master. And in some cases, what you want to do is master one first and then move on to the next one. The fourth thing that you need to do is sell daily. Yeah. You should really carve out a couple of hours every single day to sell. So selling could be having a one-to-one with somebody. That could be meeting them face-to-face, or it could be doing something on Zoom or Skype. It also could be sending out emails or sending out posts where you are driving people to a specific action, such as buying your program or signing up for your event or downloading your lead magnet. You're actually, and downloading your lead magnet is a form of selling. There's no exchange of cash, but there is an exchange of energy. You know, so people are taking on board your energy and what you're either writing or talking about or videoing, and they're going to listen to that. That's the whole idea, is that we hope that they will listen to it. So you need to sell daily and you need to carve out some time. And my recommendation is to carve out 2 hours. 2 hours a day. You sell purposefully and intentionally for 2 hours every day. You want to watch your bank balance grow. The fifth thing is to create your thought leadership program. Now, you know, people love great content. And if you give content that's of real value, that can help them to take that next step, you're not solving every single thing for them, and you're not giving them every single step. You're just helping them to take the next step. If your thought leadership can do that, you will really start to build your credibility and authority in your marketplace. And when you do that, you'll be seen as the go-to person in your niche. And that is when people will want to start to work with you. You just saw my piece of paper there. I've got it written down on my notes. Number 6 is make sure you have a plan of action. You know, look, it does not need to be complex. It really doesn't. But having a plan really helps you keep on track, because even if you're the most organized person, just being able to look at something like a diary or a sheet of paper that says this month, this is what you're going to do, and you can quickly flip over to the next sheet of paper and see what you're doing next month and the following month, that's really going to help you keep on track because you know exactly what you're doing. The 7th thing, which is a little bit more complex, is about knowing your business model. So often what happens is I see business owners, especially coaches and consultants, what they do is they take a bit of a business model and they use that to grow their business, and then they take another bit of another business model to grow their business and another business model. And what happens is they're not using one business model. So they don't quite understand how they're creating a online program and it's not working, it's not selling for them. Or they're trying to do one-to-ones and they're just not getting the clients. And a lot of the time what that comes down to is the fact that they're not using the right business model. And that business model will dictate the activities that you need to do to grow your business. So knowing what that business model is a lifesaver. The 8th and final thing is you have to believe. You've got to believe in yourself, got to believe what you're doing, and you have to believe that the impact you create on your clients is positive and it's going to help them to go through that transformation. You know, they want to get to an end place and they're either facing a challenge or a struggle. And the reason why they're coming to work with you is because they don't have all the building blocks. They don't know all the steps. They're not 100% sure what to do next. And they're coming to you for that guidance and that help. So that is the 8th and final thing. So let me just go through those with you again, just in summary. So to build a 6-figure business and beyond, you need to get these building blocks in place. So the first one is you need to build an audience, and you need to be doing that daily. You need to show up every day and nurture those relationships in your audience and give great value. You need to decide which social media platform you're going to use and master it. You know, social media at the moment is free. Okay, yes, there are paid for ads and there are algorithms, but there's always ways around the algorithms. You know, you've just got to turn up and give fantastic content. The 4th is that you need to sell daily. You need to carve out some time and know that that is selling time. The 5th is you need to create your thought leadership program, because when you do that and you get that right, you start to create your authority and credibility. You want to make sure that you've got a plan of action. Don't make it complex. Keep it simple. You don't want to waste time and hours getting wrapped up in doing a really complex plan. You don't need that. You want to have a clear understanding of what your business model is and the type of model you are using to build your business, because everything will fall into place when you've got that. And finally, you need to believe. You've got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then how can you expect your clients to? So I hope this has helped you and given you some food for thought, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.